Okay, my question is, would you say that being a photographer, videographer, model is more so a passion, a job, or a kind of both? Like, do you find that to be your main career path that you want to do?
Yeah,
What are we on time?
Yeah, I think being a visual artist, like at first it starts as a job because like you just see it, like you're like, okay, cool, people taking pictures, you see different art, so you kind of pick it up. And I think it really becomes a passion when you implement your own story and what you feel into it. So it's like when you get into it, like me, I know where I want to grow as a visual artist. So when you know where you want to grow, that's when it becomes a passion because you want to get to a goal and a destination with being a photographer or with being a model because you want to tell a story with it and stuff like that. So I think for me right now, it wasn't a passion before, and it was kind of just a job or a hobby. But I feel like now that I realize what I want to do and where I want to go with it, that has really became like a passion for me. So, you know, hopefully over the years, I get to show people like my story and stuff like that and let it really be a passion and show people why I really do this. So I think for everybody, I think as visual artists or creators, everybody should share that and try to find that too. So that's how I feel about it right now as far as the passion.
What you got?
Tar, why is it my turn?
I can go after you.
It's both. It's a passion and a job. You know, I don't have a job. I'm unemployed. When y'all edit this, you can zoom in on my face.
I understand the journey.
But no, like I said, it's a job and a passion because, like I said, I haven't had a regular job in 3 years. I do the film and stuff. That's my source of income outside of school. But honestly, like it's been times where I got so caught up in making the money because I lied to you. Now I remember one week I made like $3,000 in like 4 days, and I got so caught up with making money that I lost the spark of why I started it, why I was passionate about it, why I wanted to create. So over the last year, I've been going through like more of a self-growth journey, just trying to get back into that passion of creating because I feel like I can't give it 100% or I'm not in tune with it, you know? And like, I guess there's a lot of stuff that comes into play with that, like school too. Like, a lot of people think I go to school for mass communication. I'm a kinesiotherapy major. I'm doing stuff now to apply to medical school. And a lot of that stuff is very time consuming. Like the stuff we have to study and know, like I can't bullshit it, you know, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with people's lives. And like, yeah, school is in a way a lot of the times, but also the value of education. I understand that, and coming with like, once I graduate, I'll have a degree, but I'll also be the first person in my family with a degree. So that's another thing that I'm working for because I'm not doing it just for myself, but also at the same time I'm doing it for my mother. So yeah, I mean it's passion, job.
Yeah, I feel like
it just all depends.
And there's things that's like
mood I'm in.
on the way of like your passion that will steer you away from it being your passion too. Like just like life
Or
things
doing stuff
happening.
you don't want to
Because
do.
you fall, like it hurts to fall out of love with your passion and try to re-find it, and like it gets frustrating trying to find it again too.
Your battery be low.
Yeah,
And that's
Some
on the
people,
journey.
It sucks, man.
like having to network and stuff and have to encounter people all the time. When I tell you and I'm a very, like anyone who knows me, I'm a very sociable person, you know. When I tell you this last week and stuff, like from going to this BT experience, dealing with other people's homecoming, and now work is so draining. My social battery is on E and it's still on E. It's been a week. So I've been so antisocial, and that's not even me. So like sometimes you gotta really sit back, spend time with yourself, like not doing anything related to your craft to just get your mind back right, because it's so important. Because you can't really perfect. You can't be as creative as you want to if your mind is all over the place and boggled.
Yeah, creative blocks are real.
Oh my God.
Going.
I know we want to talk to nobody.
Like how you said something about a social barrier and all that. I can understand where y'all coming from because it's like boom, you want to charge people for whatever photo work you're doing, but at the same time you want to be creative at your own sense and this and other. Going out to events and different things that's going on in the city, you want to be able to put your camera out and all that. But at the same time, it's like,
Can I have
you
fun
got your
too?
yeah, exactly. Can you have fun too? You got your camera out and it's like, boom. I
he a photographer. Come on.
I need you everywhere. I get nervous as fuck.
Right.
Like
Yes.
that.
Let's talk about that social battery. Like y'all three know me well.
Yeah.
I ain't going to nobody club no more, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that I don't want to party, but once you travel, you experience how
You see
Major
different
Cities Club
things
is
and
cool.
shit like that.
But also at the same time, like, you know, I came up through. I did club photography, a lot of club recap videos, and yo, you get tired of it. You really get tired of being in a club. Like Kayla, we would go to a club or a function. I would just stay in there, bro. I would just drink my drink
and go home.
and I dip out. Like I don't want to be there because it's not fun.
And that
I'm
be
like,
the
bro, I
same
don't want to be
with
here.
even coordinating. Like sometimes we'll be in there, we're like, is it so much? Like, I'm tired. Like I am.
You want to ride with us? Nah, bro. I'm gonna drive. 'Cause when I'm ready to go.
I'm tired of entertaining people, especially when it comes to the homecoming stuff. Like people blowing up your phone. Like I kind of want to have fun too. Like don't
Homecoming though. I'm shit.
don't call me for nothing. I'm not coming to the door for nobody because I already did my situation.
You trying to record something else?
I told people.
Hey, bro, you bring your camera?
So you can see.
Okay, so is it a passion or a job? I would say for
Or
models.
career path, I guess, kind of too.
Yeah.
Kind of as a combination.
I would say for models, it has to be a passion because you're not always getting paid. So clearly, you show up and you have your nails done, you got your face okay. You know, you make sure you show up for the job properly because it's a passion. And personally, I do it. I would love to get paid. I've got paid like maybe once or twice, and that was great. But I'll just do it if I really just like your work, and that's usually it for me. And I would also say that whole getting lost thing is so serious. Like the job I picked right now is specifically for me to move on to something else. Like I teach, but I'm like, for the summertime, I'm going to take some acting classes. I'm going to go somewhere else, get some headshots. Like for me, it's still fashion. Like I have a job, but like fashion and modeling is still something that I plan to pursue and continue. So I would say mostly for models nowadays, it has to be something they like to do. Because I know these like Instagram models are not getting paid. They're still not getting paid. They're getting close. Maybe some of them are getting close, but not all of them are getting paid.
That does cut from the budget, though.
Yeah, right. No, of course. But yeah, so I would say it's definitely a passion. Even recently, I had someone hit me up for their blog because I sketch. I used to be a fashion design major at Norfolk State. I switched out because I just had to get out. But I know how to sketch. So that's something I've been doing since high school. And I sketched her something. She was like, I'm going to be modeling for my blog and traveling. And I wanted to look like me. So she showed me one image of a girl walking. And she was like, but I wanted to look like me. So I went on her Instagram. I pulled, she wears like turtleneck. She has a really low cut. And she's going to be traveling. So I drew her a picture. And at first I sketched it out. And I was just like, okay, how can I make it better? I've never messed with Adobe, but I downloaded Adobe. And yeah, and then that's how you find out how much editing takes work. Because I didn't, I never pressed photographers out. But when I was like, oh, I have to sit here and like really do this, like
You don't have to redo it.
yes, Photoshop is no joke. I think I downloaded like Adobe Photoshop. First it was Adobe Illustrator, but then I realized I was in the wrong thing, or it was something.
And then the
But either
money
way-
it costs for them programs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, if you get
that
a student
too.
discount, I get
Yeah, I'm saying.
I did try that. But they
Yeah,
need
that's
to take it
expensive,
out.
man. But like the plugins and stuff, I just spent like $150 on a plugin set.
You can be
Like,
broke.
Yeah. And I feel like people nowadays, if they know that you can do it, they'll pay you. Because I wasn't expecting her to pay me. I was like, this is my first time doing it. I know I can sketch. But she didn't say anything about paying me. And then all of a sudden she was like, okay, well, let me know your price. And I was like, oh, wait, I might even start doing
Now,
this
look,
for real.
If
Like.
you're saying that, let me ask you off rip. This is just for any model in the room.
Yeah.
What exactly delegates you to, you know what I'm saying, charge? Like, what is the requirement for you to charge a photographer to be getting your time? Or, you know what I'm saying, what you have your creative saying for?
I would say if it's for a business, personally, I should probably be getting paid, you know? Like if it's for a big business. Now, if it's a friend or something like that and they're just starting up, I'm probably not going to charge them because I know when me and my friend did our shoot for our business, we did not pay the models. We did give them product, but we didn't pay them because we couldn't yet. You know, that's just something that you can't do. And I felt bad, but then it was like, you know, once we get bigger and better, of course, I have no problem paying the model. So it's just, it's kind of either if it's for a business that's already established, I feel like I should probably get paid. Like I did something for a makeup artist. I did a promo video and she offered to pay me, and that's something that's gonna better her business.
Right.
So I feel like if it's something to better a business, then
That's where it comes
yes,
from.
yeah. Now if we're
That's-
just taking pictures, I'm be like, oh yeah.
That's how I feel too, because when I did my second photo shoot for my girl Lex and her clothing, her wholesale clothing line over fashion, the first time, no, I didn't. And then Simone had hit us. She was like, yeah, she's probably gonna want to use you again. And I'm like, okay, well now since I already did the first time, I would like clothing. Before I even told her that, she had already hit me like, you know, like I will give you X amount of clothing and whatnot.
Yes,
so I do work with that type of stuff, or either like if they have a discount code for me, like I would get a
You
percentage
feel
of the
like that could
discount
be a
code.
negative thing on the client though? Like
What?
the person that's shooting, you feel like that could be a negative thing? Like, alright, I feel as though they did this shit free the first time. It need to be going forward as building the brand together.
I think it depends cause like now like I'm pretty like when it comes to her brand and stuff, like, you know, I'll promote it and stuff, and she's used me multiple times because our energies feed off of each other. But now that I'm getting hit up for certain things, I am gonna start like charging. I'll work with small businesses that like I know who are my friends and stuff, but when it comes to from people out the woodwork, yeah, I'm gonna charge. But if it's like a small business building up, I'll work with you. I don't care.
And it's not. Oh, sorry.
No,
Well, let me just say one thing. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. So if you negotiate it the right way, you can get what you want.
Right, you talking-
No, I'm
that
saying, like, it's different kinds of currency as far as like social currency. So if you got like a certain following, somebody else has a certain following, y'all banding together might do more for both of y'all than me just fronting somebody some bread or something like that.
And I'm the type of person, I'll get like if I see certain stuff like someone doing something like I'm a brand ambassador for this week actually, it's a Bombshell Collections.
Shout them out.
Okay, contemplate. So like it'll be random times and now I'll call her and be like, yo, I got an idea to help build the brand, because that's just the type of person I am. I like marketing and whatnot. So if I have an idea that'll help build a brand that I'm part of, then I'm gonna say it.
Facts. Yeah.
Oh. Well, whether it's a passion or a job. Well, for me, it seems like I'm in like a little weird space because my 9 to 5 is my passion. I'm a photographer for a cruise line. So all I do all day is take pictures. But like to relate to what y'all was saying about your social battery, my photography battery like get diminished really. It's like I shoot like yesterday, God, I worked from 2 o'clock to 3 a.m. and all I do is take pictures and then sell pictures. Take pictures, print pictures, sell pictures. Take pictures, print pictures, sell pictures. And after doing that for 12 hours a day, when you want to go out and create and have that wheel, you're like,
I don't even want to do this shit.
yeah, it's like,
It'd be like
sounds about right.
when you gotta work with other people, they kind of use you more as a tool than like a creator.
and it nullifies my creativity sometimes, but like just of recently, after like getting my new position at work and having more leeway of just being a boss and having to actually take the pictures.
Fire.
When it's time to do the photography aspect of it, I can just send them to do all the cookie cutter stuff and the proposals I'll do, the weddings I'll do, you know, the reunions, class reunions I'll do, the stuff that I know I can get creative with at the job. I'll do that part. So when I can go home and start creating, I am not drained from sitting on a dark room, the basic editing tool there is out there, and I can get on Photoshop CS 6 or 7 or 8, whatever one. Yeah, it's just they all do the same thing.
Yeah.
And get on Lightroom and I can actually create something that I'm passionate about and hit models up and be like, hey, I got this idea, I got this Halloween idea, it's gonna be crazy, smoke, and oh man. And then I do that stuff and I can actually put it out there and be like, yo, I created this on my own and my own intuition. It feels good because now I know that's what I'm passionate about. It brings the good side out of me. That's not like, oh, I'm sick of doing this BS. But now I want to do this again, man. When the next time I can shoot?
I asked the models how would they gauge their work off of being models. So how exactly, as a photographer, it's hard for me to really gauge my main price and exactly what we're doing. Yeah. But how would you, as visual artists, gauge your prices?
Well, I'm gonna give you the base price off rip. I have different like concept, non-concept. Concept, you can pick that. It's not even that. Like for example, like Vaughn Sensei's video, magic video, not magic video.
No, it was magic. It lovely.
That video took me 12 hours to shoot.
And you gotta charge
He's
you
in
by
the
how
barn
long
with
it
a
takes
bunch
you
of-
usually, right?
Yeah.
Like even
Not
with clothing,
so,
like to
but
make
like
something?
when we did the other video, Staring and Smiling, I was scouting locations 2 weeks out. It was an all-day video. The equipment we used, so it all just depends. But I will give you a base price. A lot of the times it'll be one or the other, and then depending on what you want to add, you want lights, you want a smoke machine, you want specific editing. Certain editing will cost a lot more because, like, for instance, y'all seen the music videos, like the drawing and stuff in it.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
yes.
like you got to shoot 24 frames. It's 24 frames in 1 second, depending on which frame rate you shoot. Then you got to send it to After Effects. You have to literally draw it out 24 times just for it to last 1 second.
This
1
sound like
second.
math. This sound like what
So,
math, right? You know?
It just all depends on what you want. But I will give you a base price. Most of the time, when people would just stick with the base price.
So say your base price.
Okay,
We
right.
ain't gonna get into that, but the base price is.
Go pay a little pretty.
Yeah, it's like photo work and video
But
work.
if
It's kind of like
you worth it, shit, why not?
Facts, charge your work.
yeah, not always charge what you feel like you're worth. 'cause
Someone's gonna pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't dictate your work off of somebody's budget either.
Okay.
Somebody's, I only got $100.
I'm not the person.
But
who
you
did it.
want 4 hours of studio time, proper lighting. You want me to do your
You better get an hour off 100.
boy. I'm like, bro, it's $150 to shoot just basic anything.
Yeah.
If you want me to come out the house, now you want.
Nigga, what? I got stuff in my Porsche 150. Nigga.
I'm shooting out the window, click, click. All right, now give me money.
I may raise the window. You may not get the video.
Mine's
You
might
might get the
open,
glare off the
maybe.
glass.
I'll Windex it.
I may open the blinds.
All right, come on.
Just so it's clear.
You over here opening blinds like.
And I hate when people would tell me, "Oh, what can you do for this amount?" I never offer anything for that amount. So I'm not doing nothing for
That
that.
literally
I'm
happened.
gonna do that, guy. Tell me your lowest
Like,
price.
Somebody hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get some album covers done. My project's a month." I'm like, "All right, bet, let's get it, let's go." He was like, "Yeah, I got a college budget." I'm like, "Ain't no really little college budget."
College too.
What y'all saying
Wait,
that?
he said the word college budget.
Yeah.
What y'all saying that? Let me ask y'all, because this is something that, let's say they have a college budget, you a college photographer or videographer trying to get out. So when they offer you that price and it's not in your range, exactly how do you move about it? You just say no because you need to have work to put out for people to
I'm
understand
flexible.
what
I'm
exactly the
flexible.
vision you have.
I will work with your budget depending on the situation. You in college, I'm not going to charge you the normal price, but you're not going to get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gonna get what you
that's
pay
it.
for. Oh,
But I will give you a good video.
What can I get for $25?
nothing.
A quote.
Now, I will say,
Somebody tried to
A quote.
offer me $30 for that. I was like, "Yo."
$30.
I was like, "Yo."
Yeah,
We got a 30-minute
I
creative
will say-
consultation on
Right.
Thank you. Like people be charging like $40 for a consultation. So
like I know with me, like you want to meet. All right, well, before we meet up, I'll send you the information to send a
so we don't waste
deposit
your
at.
time. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna come out here
Waste my
and
time.
you tell me.
I only have $40 to
Yeah,
but
I get paid for a month.
You give your idea and then they go to somebody else.
Well, no, I don't give
That's-
out.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that shit.
I've seen that happen to people close to me.
I'm about to pull up
That's
and air that
like-
shit out all the time.
That's
For real.
That's
I'm in the car, like,
Like,
nah, but yeah. No,
I will
ain't
say
got none of that.
sometimes with getting paid for, especially I'm speak for myself and my photography. I know if I know I can greatly benefit from shooting for you, maybe I won't charge you, but the promotion that about to come with the pictures I give
Oh
you,
yeah, you better credit.
Yeah, like-
you better credit.
like some models I've shot with, you know, you
that shit
got
hard.
you got 120,000 followers. I'm not going to be too pressed about charging you, but let me see now a picture I took tag. Oh,
That's a big
you
deal.
going
But
you don't tag me.
Even
That's
with
disrespectful.
But
Like,
even when people have mad
And I understand why people have a problem.
Sometimes
You
with
know
that.
I took that shit.
sometimes
Like-
that shit don't work because they follow where you gotta really. I need if I'm going off that, I need to see your algorithm. Okay, that's
Oh,
for
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I need to see your insight. I need to
sure.
see
For
where
sure.
majority of your jokes
How you got
because you can
70,000
have
followers and only
Yeah,
20
100.
likes?
and
Yeah.
or 70,000
What you
20%
buying?
are in Norfolk.
40% are in goddamn China. No, because people in China's not about to book me. No, I mean, if we went off that, I need to see your insights. And I need
Y'all
to
said
post
some
on your
good
hot
shit
hours.
though.
Yeah.
Why exactly is it a problem for a person to tag a photographer? All you gotta
Yeah,
do
like
is
you
say,
know we did the work. Why would you tag?
I don't
After
understand that.
everything we just said of how much it costs for equipment, your vision, your price, you better tag me if you.
No, but I feel like
That's not the hard.
Like
That's
that's
not
to
hard at
give
all.
somebody the credit for their
But
vision.
look,
That's like
I think people sit on a certain pedestal, especially if like they got high following or
Yeah.
they in social media or.
I'm
That
not
shit's
gonna
a
down.
drug to them.
If it's a bomb photo,
I'm
But
a
their
give
ego,
credit.
they're like,
not everyone
they're
has
not.
that mindset.
It's not that they do it
person.
purposely. They're
You
not
know damn
concerned
well you
about
ain't
doing
take
it.
the picture
Like
of
you
your
said
fucking
earlier,
self.
it's social currency.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
social
a big
currency.
thing. Word of mouth. Social. You know how many jobs I've gotten just off the strength of someone tagging me from their videos shot by
Exactly.
Tar0. And then I saw the work you did with such and such. I love it. Like
And that
shit
makes
is so
money. And it makes
important.
money.
It's very, very
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Tag your damn
I'm
photographers.
Tag your motherfucking
Man,
photographers,
Tag
bro.
your
Shooters,
photographer.
models, everybody that was involved in creative product process for this
Tag
final
them.
product, bro. Tag
Don't
them.
y'all
We making y'all look
Tag
good.
them.
Don't y'all remember
Like-
I told you I had a homeboy, he
He would
wanted
not
to
be
take
looking
me
good.
with him to go to the Philippines, right?
Mhm.
I did a shoot with him and his mom.
And
Yeah, his-
Philippines?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Wait.
My bad.
I did a shoot with him and his mom. And I sent him the pictures, he tagged me. He only has like 150 followers and that, but his aunt seen it. And his aunt is having her wedding in the Philippines. And she's like, do you want to come out? Since you're coming out here, would you like to be, shoot the pictures in the Philippines with, when you get here? I was like, yeah. She was like, I only got like a $500 budget. I was like, nigga, y'all buying my ticket to come out there, paying for my hotel,
That's
paying,
more than 500.
that's how it's meant
I'm
to be.
there.
And that's for
and
you.
they're paying me to go to the Philippines. I don't have to spend anything. A lot of it is their.
Passport.
I do gotta get a passport.
That's like 100. And
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But she was like, she'll offer that's number. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not gonna turn down no money.
You
but
get flued out. You a city girl. You a city girl.
I feel like the equivalent of not tagging the photographer is the same time as not putting your producer in the credits of your song.
Especially if you know that they did the work.
Yeah.
They-
The
that's why-
song ain't the song without the producer. You
That's just
got
a lot of
lyrics,
hard work
but
on the
if the
beat.
beat ain't there, it ain't shit.
Whatever I'm part of, I need to be tagged in.
Yeah, that's the Blueface, you know what I'm saying?
Blueface, baby.
Because you clearly like
All
it.
right. So boom. Today has been a excellent refilming.
If you know, you know.
Times the charm.
Alright, let's talk some shit first.
Right.
Yes.
So moral of the story is, do what you love and tag your fucking
Tag people.
On my mama, if y'all don't tag it, nigga, I'm pulling up this shit.
Oh.
Man.
I don't know about
I'ma
that.
call
They
him.
some gas.
Right.
That's extra money.
We want to thank our panel today. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow all of them. Book your next photo shoot. If you need them on, book them. Like, all their information is going to be in the description.
Like
It's on the corner.
We're recording, y'all.
Right.
Here and.
There you go.